It's slowly
Ah,
going away.
all right. And the fuck did you do? What the
Hi.
DG? It's
You know,
you can't
this
see
joke.
it.
I know this joke doesn't work, but it's just a regular inconspicuous bottle of water um that I can't get rid of. I fucked up. I fucked up.
This is a really good start. If
I
I
know,
if I'm
right?
being honest,
I
this
fucked up.
is this is this is good. This is great.
How do you get water? How do we get rid of water?
How do we get rid of water?
I actually can't get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Good
I don't
job.
remember. I know. Um. Oh, okay.
You're just gonna yeet it off screen.
That's
Anyways,
what I do to all the hydrate redeem.
oh my goodness. Anyways, hello everyone and welcome to the first ever episode of the Back Alley podcast.
What's the podcast called?
Um,
Back
I
alley
I
again.
forgot. We back alley again with it. As you can see, obviously Lulu does not wish to use their mic, so
Yeah. Listen. There's a reason for it. Mouth breathers.
anyways, so I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you a proprietary question before we actually get
That's a big
into
word.
just thanks. I rarely use those. I rarely ever use those. So this is gonna be a question.
I have to hold back on it. I'm holding back.
My goodness.
But continue. But continue.
Remember, we're keeping it 16 plus.
But if I make jokes, does that still count as 16 plus?
Depending on what jokes you make.
Wait, I'm 17.
Yeah, but we're making it 16 plus.
Shit. So basically, I just have to pretend that I'm not 17 yet. That's fine.
What? No, I'm just saying that we can't do any 18 plus the jokes or anything. Because
But
it all
by
just
technicality, all jokes you make are 18 plus. I'm kidding.
nice. Talking about
Okay.
my age like that. All right.
Yeah, you fossil.
I'm my goodness. Anyways, so Lulu, since we know about the existence of Sour
Okay.
Patch Kids, we're the Sour Patch parents.
Or the Sour Patch Graves.
Oh my goodness. Oh, great. Anyways, yeah, where the oh yeah, also for those watching, the green screen is there if you ever want to like take any highlight of this podcast and you
Why
could
would
just
you?
create and you could like green screen anything that you want in either it be a PNG or whatever. Hi Bran. Oh. Oh, that's a nice little segue. After the podcast is over, I'm going to be playing I Am Bread.
Bread! I
I am bread. Okay.
am bread!
So, all right. So, where are the Sour Patch parents, Sour Patch adults, and what are they doing now?
I mean, I feel like they would just reproduce like asexually, wouldn't they? Because like they're all the same. They're copies of each other. You're
Well, I
just
mean,
eating like
they're not all copies of each other. Like, there's obviously red
they're made from the
and
truth.
green and yellow.
Have you ever heard of triplets? they all just split. They go through a process of osmosis created by a god
Osmosis?
named Oz and Moses.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna do me something.
That's not good. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. SMA Sour Patch Kids killed your parents? What the fuck?
Oh my god. Anyways, so alright, so your answer would be that there are no Sour Patch adults. They remain kids forever until they are eaten and reproduce asexually.
Do they even exist?
I mean, yes, they do exist, obviously in
Do they?
bags. Where'd you
Do they?
go?
Where the fuck did I go? I'm still here. Hello? Oh, okay. So basically long story short, the thing decided to crash, so
This is a great start.
it's sharing again finally. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Also, if you want to read my response to reading your parents got killed by Sour Patch Kids, that's rough, buddy.
Okay.
Why is the
Anyways,
quality tank so fucking hard? Jesus Christ.
I have no idea. So this is how the live stream podcasts are going to work. Me and my guest, we are going to be talking for a while. We're going to go on tangents. We are going to just talk about anything and everything. And then we'll get to a segment where we'll let the chatters ask questions and bring up any interesting topics that maybe they heard earlier on and they wanted us to go into more detail about it. This is how this is going to work. Sound good?
People.
Oh my god. So yeah,
I kid.
if at any point there was like a topic or something that you thought was interesting and you wanted us to maybe like delve a little deeper inside of the topic, then you can go ahead and request it uh when we get to the chatters section.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
I got my booster seat.
This is where the green screen will come in handy.
I could have two like stick figure legs. Hammy could have like no legs because no leg privileges, guys. Just
We're VTubers, we don't have legs.
I mean, I have legs. I don't know about you.
You're
though.
weird.
I know. I have knees. Perfect for kneeing people in the
The bee's
Anyways.
knees, technically.
bee's knees. Exactly. Yeah.
The bee's knees. All right.
Anything below your waist is fair game for me.
What the no, don't word it like that.
You will not be able to have children after I'm done.
No.
It's a threat.
Cuz that means that you're going to go after my toes. And much like
Who wants that?
Huh?
Who wants those?
Toes? I do. I want toes because if my sister accidentally steps on my toes and then I split into two different people, I'll just tell her, "Dude, mitosis."
Please clap for this. Please clap for that man. I guess.
Ease clap. Noted to shelf. Stay away from that person.
Remember, I said clap, not applause. So just one of these,
Just one. I don't deserve any more.
One. Just thump your fingers like together gently.
Okay, so Lulu, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone watching who might be new?
What if I said no? I'm kidding. Hi, I'm Lulu, or Day to 90. I am your locally very reliable source of daily chaos if you really want that much chaos in your life, I could be found in the local dumpster or the recycling bin. Anywhere. If you talk about cute anime boys, I'm probably gonna be like immediately coming to your location and then taking your money and then leaving. But that's besides the point. Like I said earlier, I just turned 17. Literally earlier this month. Yay! I was
Yay.
born. Yay! And I wiggle pen occasionally, and I'm not good at games, but I do stream, which is unfortunate because that means people watch me.
Saying that you wiggle pen is a really interesting way to say that you draw art.
I do the wiggling out the fingies to make the pen wiggle.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
Master has given Dobby a clock. Master will be free.
What? Free what?
Master has given Dobby a Glock. Master will be free from this mortal realm.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Why is it crusty? It's because of all the sweat. He's a jogger. No other reason. I just like how your head was barely peeking out the window table.
Listen, so my friend was throwing it back to Christmas carols.
Uh-huh.
Listen. Hi. Also, Chad, I have a coughing issue. Don't worry, I'm not sick. The only thing I'm sick of is sick of breathing. But it's fine. But my friend was throwing it back to Christmas carols, and the song that they were throwing it back to was "It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas."
Oh boy, I made a cover of that song.
So here's the context, right? So it wasn't just like any old version of song. It was the choir class singing it.
What?
So the context is me and my friend, we have art class together, and we decided one day to just kind of like walk out the door early, like 10 minutes, just kind of like vibe a bit. Like we weren't gonna like go off and get lunch immediately, like we just were by the front. And we happened to be by the choir class, who happens to have their doors open, and we could hear them singing "It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas." And we were chatting, and I said, imagine somebody throwing it back to this. And then they started dancing and throwing it back. I took a video of it too.
This is very interesting.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Throws it back.
Toys in every store.
Now slide to the right. Slide to the left.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
Crisscross. Everybody clap your hands. Listen, I'm kind of just realizing now, because I'm so tired, but like that this first podcast is gonna sort of like set the bar for the rest, for like every other podcast.
That's a pretty high bar to reach.
No, I was gonna say it's a pretty low fucking bar because I'm short.
Oh. Wow. Obviously, you're gonna be short. You're my child.
So that's where I got it from.
Wow, double burn. Burns yourself and the person who you're talking about.
Listen. If I'm going to be doing a stupid, I'm going to be pulling somebody down with me. Like if I'm falling, you're coming with me.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Good. Oh. Stay there.
Great. So, you've been doing art for like literally, what was it, like 13, 14 years?
Why must you make me do math? Yeah, it's 14 years now, yeah.
14 years.
Yeah. I didn't start doing art on my birthday, but I forgot when I started, so I just calculated by my age when I turned, another age. So yeah, it's 14.
Okay. And it took you, it took you like roughly about 14 years. Obviously, your first drawings aren't ever going to be good, but was there ever a point in time that you had a specific art style that you wish that you could replicate, but you just can't anymore physically?
Um, I think there were like one-off sketches where I would just like, hmm. I think I used to feel that way about some of my stuff, but I don't feel that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kind of see like, it's part of my adventure. It's like, but I will say that there was a specific way that I did chibis back then, which I was studying off of another artist, so that makes sense on why it was so like I guess stylized already and all of that. Um but that's kind of it, yeah. The reason why I stopped doing chibis like that specific style, I don't have images up of it, but I stopped doing chibis like that because it was so time consuming because I had to double line like most things and I didn't have the patience for that.
Oof, double lining.
I know. Well, someone's new. Oh, what I that's a wonderful username.
Like, oh my goodness.
That's a wonderful username.
Wait, like big zoinks. Like big zoinks in what? Like big zoinks in
In
Amish
Amish.
Scoob.
Screw.
Like big zoinks in Amish Scoob. Like totally, man. In Amish Scoob, my boy.
Tell me, this pod is virtual? What is real? Nothing.
So you're telling me that a shrimp fried this rice?
You're telling me you really did say those words out of your mouth? Damn. I didn't know you had the right to speak. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Listen, it's a habit. I more often than not revoke chat's privileges to speak. They don't have privileges.
They don't
I
have
revoke their
privileges.
right.
My goodness.
It's only because when I don't have things set up properly, so I'm just like, you know what, chat today, you guys don't get to show up on stream. It's fine. I'll still read and respond, but it's not like they're gonna see themselves pop up on stream, so it's fine. I played the fifth. Does the fifth plead for you?
My goodness.
I'm like going on autopilot. Oh yeah. How you feel? I'm the sixth.
Oh, I am the seventh.
We don't listen. You guys don't have to say it. We already know you're not first choice. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I played Slips. Oh my god.
I plead slips.
Welcome to Chili's. But yeah, so fun fact about me: whenever I get really tired, I start autopiloting, which is fine. But then I also become apparently very savage.
Oh.
Because the entire time yesterday, I was in a voice call with a friend and then like two other people, and I was just roasting the hell out of the two other people.
Just roasting the absolute fucking hell out of the other people.
The funny part was I don't even remember what I said. Like I was roasting them, and like they even were like, "Damn, Lulu out here being like roasting us," and I'm just like, "Yeah." And then I'm here now. I'm just like, I don't remember what the fuck I said. What the fuck did I say?
Sauvage. That was very
Savage.
sauvage.
Savage. Hi.
Savake.
Yeah, we're all gay here. Savage.
Oh my goodness.
I just meant to say savage gay, like not like gay, but the Adam and Eve defense. I didn't know the laundry store finally had a court case. What?
What?
They said the Adam and Eve defense. Trans rights? Yeah, the human rights. Yeah, duh.
Uh. So. Freaking. Let's see.
I mean, by technicalities, I'm. Oh, now I think about it, I never said this, and I probably should as well. Hi, I'm non-binary, so and I go by they them.
Oh yeah.
I'm also an ace case, so that makes a lot of the conversations really funny.
Ace case. Let's go.
I know, right? I'm the ace of spades. Yes, I'm an ace case.
The Ace of Spades. Rock
Yeah,
music. That just makes me think of rock music, honestly, or like metal.
rock music,
Metal,
metal.
rock, heavy metal. I have a very special place in my heart for like rock and metal and stuff like that. Like occasionally, whenever I'm in the mood for it, I'll blast it in my car.
Hmm.
You also listen to like some of those things as well, like My Chemical Romance and shit like that.
I was one of those kids. Yes, I was.
What do you mean by one of those kids?
If you're asking that question, you're probably one of those kids as well.
No, I wasn't. My sister was one of those kids. But I was never really one of those kids, but I really enjoyed the music that I guess the culture had.
Hmm.
Yo, my boy Derek. What's up, bro?
Jung ab
Ab.
ab
Ab.
abish.
And so, let's see. Fucking. As in, plead the slips, cause the lizard in the Garden of Eden lost their legs as punishment. The Adam and Eve defense. I worked real hard on that pun. Oh. Who reads anymore, honestly?
I mean, listen, I'm dealing with like whiplash from that last comment. I'm like trying to mentally figure it. I just have static noises in my head right now.
Head super empty, no thoughts at all ever.
Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. I apologize.
Oops. Oh. Ooh.
You said keep it 16 plus. What are you doing?
You hit the mic. Whose mic and why are you hitting him? Here you can see that we have an actual audio representation of Lulu's brain right now. Wow, that's sad. Or it's Minecraft music. Ow.
This is the podcast.
Thank you for that very accurate audio representation of what my mental state is.
Mental height.
Yeah, I have mental height because my actual height is short foot short. My English degree is fresh and my concerta is kicking in. Oh.
I apologize, but who talks like that?
An English degree major.
I don't even think those are fucking words, man.
Not with that
Sarcophagus.
attitude.
Okay, let me just talk about, move up in there. Beetlejuice.
Fucking
Edgar Allan Poe, just
that
like,
that one Beetlejuice song. I forget what it is.
Which one? I can think of two.
The one that like he was talking to the girl because she wanted protection or something like that.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one that everybody knows, damn.
I mean, yeah, I only saw it on like TikTok once.
I can think of two other songs from Beetlejuice, which is a Dead Mom and The one where that girl talks about how she shouldn't have died. Oh, it's called What I Know Now. I remember now. Yeah.
Oh,
I think you would like that song. What I Know Now. Yeah.
Betelgeuse.
I read that as
So
I read that as Biggies for some reason. I was thinking of
Biggies.
baguette. I was thinking of baguette, and then I read it as pretzel, and then I'm just like,
How do you read it as literally everything except for what it is?
I glanced at it. Also, Jesus Christ, I'm glitching. What?
Oh well, this is really great. Your eyes though, your eyes haven't glitched, and it just looks creepy. Well, my lunch break is over. I see you late. All right, I think you're
This is a
fixed.
real crappy pasta.
See you, Kool-Aid. It goes around and around, la 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 la.
I was thinking of hold up. You fuck. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round. My bread decided to become lopsided in the process too.
I'm surprised that you could still have it stuck to your head. Is it because your hair is actually secretly, instead of secreting oil, it secretes honey?
Let me
It's
just.
pronounced Beetlejuice. Yeah. Now your typical anime girl running around to school in a hurry with a piece of toast in their mouth. Oh my god. Do you know those stupid tropes?
Yeah, where it's like, wait, hold up. I have to pull out the eyes. Oh my god, I'm late for school.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm late for school. Just freaking yeets.
Cereal soup, yes. Why? Why? Yes.
Technically, cereal can be soup,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because soup requires a base of liquid with it doesn't always have to have solids or anything inside of it, but it is a base of liquid that is seasoned, and that's pretty much
So
it.
that okay. So I can get a bowl of milk and I put salt and pepper in it.
Technically, that would be soup.
Please, someone. Okay, you know, I probably would actually draw that. I would draw that. I would draw that. Yeah, I
Good
actually
soup.
haven't. I don't think I don't. I haven't. My brain cell is like trying to figure out if I don't think I did tell you this, but I've actually been like sort of working on my model and like the
Uh-huh.
background. I'm working on my vampire.
Uh-huh.
Vampire.
Oh, look at that.
What kind?
The emoji is right on my face.
Oh my god.
Oh
You're
my
so
god.
funny. Hee hee ha ha. Wah.
Ho 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 ho.
Don't. Okay. Oh.
Hey, whoa.
Ooh.
And so, oh my goodness.
And then God said, ooh.
I don't remember that being a part of. Did anyone else see that
Yeah.
singer from Horns Against Peeing on that dude's?
Okay.
Never seen that.
Moving on.
Remember, this podcast in particular is 16.
It's 16 plus, and I'm gonna be completely honest here. Reading that gave me like whiplash, and I mentally remembered something that I fucking straight up forgotten.
Yeesh.
I don't know. Should I? I'm trying to figure if I should say it.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'll DM it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Anyways,
like, listen, it's gonna give you whiplash if I'm a DM it. Yeah.
totally unrelated joke. I kind of want to listen to some R. Kelly now.
Oh my god. Yes.
Anyways,
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That would happen, and this also would happen.
Uh, 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 uh pain.
I know. Okay.
Ugh.
Anyways.
Anyways,
Anyways. So, how do y'all feel about the government?
yo, Rainu.
What?
Hello, hi. That's my good friendo right there.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, they good, they good. So, fucking.
Voice. Hi, nice to meet you. Did my model die? Oh no, it's fine. I was just okay.
No, your
I
model
thought it
didn't
died.
die.
Cool.
The
Fight it
lick
though.
emote, yeah, lick me. Go ahead. I'm not.
Ugh.
I taste like ash. So
Are you okay?
what? No, I'm not okay. I've never been okay. Anyways, moving on. So obviously you do the arts and you also like to play
No,
games. Shut the fuck up. You you do the arts. You
no,
drew your own model even. You didn't
no, I
rig it,
didn't.
but you get your ass back over here. Excuse me. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, Lulu drew their own model. Obviously someone else had to rig it, but they drew their own model, which I think is really cool.
You're cool.
Am I?
Cute. I'm not cute. No.
Yeah,
Stop.
very
Stop.
cute.
No, I'm not.
So, would you say that you're
No.
addicted to Minecraft, or is there like any other game that you think that you have more of a horrible addiction to,
My tablet.
other than drawing? I said a game.
Kiwi.
The fuck is Kiwi?
I gifted you that game.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys in a shipping container? Yes, we are getting shipped across the border. The border to where? Space.
Yeah. Hello, AB Waby. Hi, Weasel. Welcome to the podcast.
I have a friend named Weasel. Well, that's not his actual name, but I have a
Hearing,
friend named Weasel.
just like hearing Weasel, or just seeing like Weasel reminds me of Black Ops 2 zombies. As you can see, Lulu
Lulu.
has been Lulu has been replaced with Toast. It's
Help me.
Toast 290. Day Toast 90.
This guy's toast. If you know that reference, you know that reference. It is a double reference. Noodle missing eat? I do actually have some noodles near me. I haven't told Hammy this. He doesn't. He's figuring this out now as well. I have noodles by me.
Wow.
I
Honestly, I
also had
think
a hot pot, so
I'm
don't worry.
my name. Probably. This guy's Toast.
Yeah, this guy's toast.
Hearthstone?
Yeah, but also a double reference because it's also disguised toast.
Wow.
I was an Among Us fan. Okay, moving on. What flavor? The nudes? Hot pot flavor. They were dunked in hot pot. They're
I
actually really good.
okay, can I want to talk about this for a second because I don't know what the fuck hot pot flavor is or what it's supposed to be.
Oh, I don't know either.
Well, you're eating it, so you could describe it at least.
Tastes like hot pot.
Anything in particular?
It
Onion
tastes like
flavor.
noodles. I don't even know if this is a podcast anymore. I thought this is just a normal conversation that we have in voice call together.
I mean, that's pretty much what the podcast is.
God, I'm just imagining somebody like with their username would have the word fraud in it. It'd be a fraudcast. Or would that be like a fraudcast for like
Get out.
weather? Get out? Okay.
Get out. Never mind. Come back. I need the content.
My dad just came and asked me if I was going to go to bed, so that's why I had to mute for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I need you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
need
not
you
in
for
trouble.
content.
Content.
My God, hot pot broth is like Chinese 5 spices and also pork broth. That's very
Which one
plain
is?
and not spicy. Oh,
There it is. Content. I'm useful,
are you?
but also I'm content.
Yeah, you're just content to me.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's see.
Do I at least get head pads?
No.
What?
Eat your damn toast in silence.
Fuck you.
You get head pats after. What the fuck?
What?
Oh, I don't know. I thought that there was something covering your mouth for a second.
Hey guys, look, I'm tilted.
Welcome to Tilted Towers.
The weather is weird up here. It means you're also special. I'm special? I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be put on a pedestal. Lulu looks tilted. I am tilted. Thank you.
My God. So
Yeah.
most of the times we're like most of the times where you stream, it just seems like every single time that you stream you just get bullied by your chat. And
Me?
yeah.
Don't say that. That means it's true.
And honestly, I relate really hard. But I mean, shit. That's why you have to revoke their rights to speak.
I mean, yeah. Listen, I bully my chat back. In other words, I hate my friends back because, haha, I can deal with it.
Bully them back, go feral, lose your shit. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Duh. I don't like going too mean on people because even if I am like jokingly like insulting them, I feel bad. I still have the power to feel sadness.
So how's the noodles treating you, huh?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about Animal Crossing?
Crossing Animal Horizon New. It's a very good game. You play it sometime.
You just gave my brain the worst amount of dyslexia that I've ever experienced.
The best part is I've been saying it like that for a bit, but I usually only swap like I say Animal Crossing Horizon New.
Animal Crisis.
Crisis. That's what you're having right now.
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Crossing Animal Horizon New is a really, really good game. We should play it sometime.
I don't have a
Brother
Switch.
Smash is. I've been told I shouldn't get it.
You say Brother Smash?
Now that I'm looking.
So
I promise it was unintentional. I swear. I just wanted to swap it. I think they went in 1 year and didn't get past the urge on my brain. They hurt my brain. You have one? I am so sorry. I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of it ASAP now, bro.
oh my goodness.
Let me just, I refuse to play. I refuse to play Crossing Animal until it lets me beat Nook Tom, so I can be a dictator. Oh my god!
Did you say Nook Tom? My goodness.
I need a soul. We're not gonna find one here, mate. You're not gonna find one here. Do you have to do that? Oh well, do I have to? No. But do I have to? Yes.
So let's see.
Listen, life's too boring if we just decide to just do everything the same, you know?
I mean, yeah. Oh, hold up. I have another question to ask you.
Oh,
Let me pull it up real quick.
oh.
I hold on. Just give me a second. Okay.
Damn, buy
So,
me food first. I'm kidding. Give me a french fry after a straight floor. Okay, what's the question?
um, oh God.
There is none. Okay. Please for the please for the love of God. So who's God in this scenario? I'm begging you, it hurts. The floor is straight. No, it's gay.
Oh, yeah, that's something we could talk about.
The gay floor?
Great. No, non-binary people. We've had this conversation
Oh,
before, but
yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Listen, if you guys don't like puns, y'all, but I hate what I'm about to say. Okay. So what's your question about them? About us?
you said non-binary people by technicality are always going to be gay. Or no, that's what Orion said, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what Orion said. And I understand what they're saying, but it's definitely more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Straight is more of a like I wouldn't say it's cis term, but it's a I guess binary term. I don't, yeah, so basically, if you identify as being a girl or a boy, being straight makes sense in those scenarios. While if you're non binary, you don't fit into that spectrum as cleanly because you're like, you're not cis, but you might not like, I guess people of the opposite sex of you, or maybe you do. It's very confusing, but if someone were to be in a relationship with me, and if they were to say that they're straight, technically I would consider that to be wrong in some sense because I'm not straight. Well, fuck my life. Okay, to clear things up, I like dudes. I do like guys, unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
I know, unfortunately, but if hypothetically my future boyfriend were to say that him dating me would be straight, that would technically be not correct because he would be in a queer relationship because I'm not cis. And for simplicity's sake, I just say I'm gay because that makes sense because I'm not cis. So being straight and cis, I think it's all matters of preference as well. I say I'm gay because it's more fun and automatically lets people know that I'm in the LGBTQ plus community. But if they think I like girls, then I guess so be it because I don't know if I like girls. I just know I like guys, and that's kind of it.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
so here's what I was saying as kind of like a counter argument.
Mhm.
So in my own opinion, this could be definitely wrong,
Yeah.
right? Mainly because of the fact that I'm not very well educated in this kind of field. But
Understandable, and that's okay.
so my counter argument to that would be like, I feel like if a non-binary person got into a relationship with a cis person, whether that
Mhm.
be male or female, I would consider it straight, mainly because so being non-binary just means that you don't identify with a gender, right? Or would you think that it like it's its
Uh.
own like gender kind of thing?
That depends on the okay, that depends on the the specifications because I identify with not having a gender, but some people identify as being non-binary, as a non-binary is like a third option
Yeah.
instead of like it being like like them not identifying with a gender at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that weird area where it's like I like dudes, I exist. I'm not a girl, I'm not a guy. I just am a ghost, I guess. I drift.
Okay. And so my counter argument to that kind of point where it's always going to be a gay relationship would be,
Mm-hmm.
by technicality in my eyes at least, it would be a straight relationship because you are dating a gender of that which is not your own,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
so like I would say like I said, I could be definitely wrong about this, but
Mm-hmm.
I would argue and I would say if two non-binary people got into a relationship, that would be gay. But
Mm-hmm.
if a non-binary person got into a relationship either with a cis male or a cis female, then that would be a straight relationship, mainly because of the fact that they're not dating the same gender as they represent, or as they like,
Mm-hmm.
or as they feel, or like
Identify
yeah,
as they identify.
identify.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. They, they,
I was like, representing. Damn, that's a whole. That's a
yeah,
different.
yeah, they're not dating the gender of which they identify. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter whether or not, let's say, I really hope that this doesn't come out bad or wrong. It doesn't matter what your natural born sex is.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you identify as a specific gender, then that is what your gender will be.
Yeah.
And
And like like exploration and changes will occur. So yeah.
yeah. So I would feel like if two non-binary people got into a relationship, that would be a gay relationship because they are dating technically the same gender that they identify as.
Mm-hmm.
But if a non-binary person dated a cis male or female, then it would be a straight relationship, mainly because that they are dating a gender of which they do not identify with.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah.
I still feel like the way that I see it, I see that straight is a very, it's a very I still see it as kind of like a more binary term because it's mainly because of like my recent experiences with my interesting classmates
Hmm.
who have said some very interesting things to me. And so I guess like being non-binary, it's a weird like middle like it's both like a middle ground but also a no ground at all, and people don't quite understand it as much because I've had like people who are very ignorant and people who are those ignorant people not wanting to kind of like understand like my perspective on things as that as that I guess category. I don't know explain it as part of that community.
Mm.
And I've had somebody say that I'm biologically straight,
Oh
which
God.
is makes me feel a certain way. And then because they said that I was, and I quote, I was born a girl, and that I am biologically a girl, and because I like guys, I'm biologically straight. So you know how fun it was for me to kind of, I got whiplash from that. I knew I felt offended. I just didn't know if it was like if I should feel offended.
I mean, 100%. You should have felt
Yeah.
offended, and you could also, you should have also have defended yourself in that situation. Like, listen, it doesn't matter what my biology or what sex I was born into. That is not what I identify with. It would kind of be the same argument as, like, let's say a woman,
Hmm.
right, but was born into a male's body, but
Yeah.
they identify as a male. I mean, as a female. My bad.
Hmm.
And
A,
so, and they
a
don't
woman.
have
Yeah.
and they don't
Yeah.
have the money to pay for surgery.
Hmm.
However, they like the opposite, I guess, what their birth sex is.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it would be like the same scenario where it'd be like if you if you
If your sexuality was dictated by your sex, a boy, a boy, a boy.
yeah.
Ooh. I made that point exactly. I basically said like I responded with like then technicality and like then by your like logic, uh trans people like people who are trans
Mm-hmm.
like you know, trans male and trans female,
Yeah.
um, then by definition they're biologically gay. And he dead ass looked me in the eyes and said, no, 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 that's different, trans rights. And I'm just like,
Oh my God.
I'm just like, you are an individual. Listen, I also have to say that he said that as a cis white male. So
Oh boy. Also,
he said some worse shit that I'm not gonna bring up because I'm
yeah.
just like, this is weird. And also, yes, I am like reading chat still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like being out
Mason
as a thing. Yeah,
Mason Can't Sleep said something very interesting actually.
yeah, I was reading that too.
Yeah, so Mason said, I think you can be in a relationship with someone who is non-binary and still be gay or straight, as a single relationship doesn't determine what you're entirely into. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
that's where the experimentation concept comes in as well.
I think it's more of like a matter of preference on what people like, you know, want to be called. Like, you know, if somebody's NB and they like, you know, are and their sex is like, you know, female, and they like, you know, guys,
Mm-hmm.
um and I think it's completely up to them whether or not they want to identify as being straight or gay. Personally, for me, I'm in that weird area where I don't care. I just tell people, like, you know, that I like guys, and I just say that I'm like, you know, gay to kind of like, because I'm not straight. Well, not
Yeah.
just fucking because I'm not cis. I hate it here.
Because I'm not straight.
But yeah, I never like had like female crushes, like, you know, girl crushes, not female crushes. I never had like girl crushes on anybody. I mainly just had guy crushes, which are also very fucking rare. So it's just like, I don't. And also being like the topping of the fact that I'm ace makes it kind of harder for me to like figure out things. But I'm completely okay with where I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like Big Zoink, I did read your comment about, like, you know, being out as teen. Um, I don't. I think I've only been out for like, well, quote unquote. I've been out to like close friends and stuff for like 2 years. Not like maybe not even 2 years. I kind of just
Mm-hmm.
sort of figured it out during quarantine, whenever the fuck that was, you know.
Last year.
Yeah, like last year. So yeah, like I've like barely figured it out for probably less than a year and all
And that
that.
was also around the time where I was around the time where you still kind of accepted the she her as part of the pronouns that people could refer to you by, but then after you came to me and you're like, yeah, no, I just want to be strictly they them.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't, because like because even as a kid, I was just thinking about this like a real like a couple while ago, and I was thinking about, like, you know, me as a kid and like my preferences and like and stuff and all of that. I just had like always assumed, like, you know, like, take it with a grain of salt. Like I'd kind of like assumed, like, as a kid, that I was just like, you know, a very like weird girl, because because I wasn't a tomboy by any means. Like, sure, I liked things that were more like, you know, masculine. Or like, I basically just said like I liked what I liked, and I kind of accepted it as that. And I just kind of and I accepted that I probably was just a very very strange just girl, air quotes, giant fucking air quotes. But but like the more I thought on those things, I realized like those things are exactly what made me realize that I was, you know, not cis, or like I didn't identify with being a girl, and I didn't identify with being a guy. Yeah, and I also like and like one of the things like that I do talk about, like, you know, close friends and all that. It's like, you know, being flat and all of that. Like even as a kid, I remember the reason, like, when I learned about puberty, I was like, I don't want that. I want to be I want to be a cutting board. I didn't say those words specifically, but I just never really liked the idea of, you know, just like, I guess, growing, like, I wouldn't say growing up, but the body
Breasts,
changing. Yeah, yeah, boobs. Mommy
titties.
milkies.
Nice.
Listen, I never really, like, you know, like the concept or idea of having boobs. And
I
and
mean,
I'm fortunate, and I'm very fortunate, because if I like, I can give the illusion that I am flat to people, which is amazing.
that's also another struggle that people go through as well. That's
Yeah,
why that certain people will wear binders.
yeah.
Which
Hmm.
for those of you who don't know what a binder is, it is a
It's a
uh
thing that hides the chest or
Yeah,
constricts it. Yeah.
yeah, it constricts the chest. It's not really that good for your like your rib cage and stuff like that, but as
Mm-hmm.
long if it makes the wearer feel more comfortable as a person in their own skin,
It's a
then
mental thing. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
more of like something for mental support and health rather than physical.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, same thing with women who wear waist trainers. Like I understand,
Mm.
like not waist trainers because waist trainers they're just waist trainers, but I mean like corsets.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like women or I guess like just anybody in general who wears a corset and they wear it like super dumb tight, they are doing horrible damage to the lower parts of their rib cage and also to their
Yeah.
hips.
Yep. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like. Oof. I'm just like racking my brain for like things and stuff. I'm like catch up on chat real fast. Talk
Hmm.
about biology. Yeah, sex is a construct. I can send you some send you some articles. Loki. I mean, you could have a current someone who's assigned male at birth. Like maybe like there's a next gen like uh Xeno? Is that Xeno? There's a next gender or an NB person you'd be into. There's some restriction that's saying I'm straight for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I'm straight. Just like it like not only like does it for me, it implies that I'm cis, which I'm not. Uh, but also it kind of like it gets pointed across like that I like dudes. But I think like saying I'm gay and just kind of like being more open about that. Like even though some people might not agree with my like decision to say that I'm gay. I just think saying I like dudes. I'm not cis. I just think that's too much of a mouthful. Like unless people want to talk about that and ask me about those questions, I just don't feel like explaining it all the time.
Mm.
Like I owe them nothing.
Talk about your thoughts on cancel culture. I can go on a tangent about that. I have a
Oof.
good amount to say actually.
I have a relative
Do you want to go first and I go second, or how do you want to do
sure.
this? Okay.
Yeah. I think
So
like in terms of cancel culture, it can do good, but it so far has been used as kind of just like this buzzword of being like, oh, like you're gonna get canceled for doing like things like that. It's like an empty threat now. It's like literally like a gun with nothing inside. Like not even like the chamber or like not even bullets. Like there's nothing inside at this point. And basically when somebody gets canceled at this point, they're just going on like an extended vacation. Like they're not really learning. And
hi Suvi,
hello
hello.
people, hello person.
Hi Suvi, how you
Drag them,
doing? Hello, hello.
drag
Welcome in,
them.
cutie.
No, I'd rather not. But yeah, I think I wouldn't say I've experienced it, but I've definitely been on an end of somebody who
Hi Watson.
I wouldn't say they try to cancel me, but let's just say that things happened and it's on my list of bad experiences in the VTubing community.
Yeah,
Yeah, Habby knows what I'm talking about because I've spoken to them about it.
gun.
but yeah, but yeah, I like I think like as people we're all humans, and I think at the bare minimum, as long as we try to be decent and try to stick like to our morals and all of that, and like be willing to change and like listen to other people and maybe at the bare minimum like accept and understand where they're coming from, but we don't have to agree with them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's like what's important. Because if we're just yelling at each other, not only are we going to be hurting ourselves because we're ruining our vocal cords, but also nothing would get done. I meant like pop culture, like not like real life, like so personal.
I,
In pop culture, I can name a couple too, but also I still don't want to drag. I'm just not that type of person.
mm.
Yeah, like, I mean, like there are people who like deserve to like go to jail for some of the stuff like that they have done, but the problem is because of cancel culture, they're just basically getting an extended break and they're coming back and like nothing really has done. I can think of like two people right now, in terms of like the YouTube community, and I'm just like, ugh,
Mm.
who do horrible things like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. Yeah,
I mean, okay, there's certain okay, I wouldn't
like there are certain,
there's certain
you know,
like gray areas I would say So cancel culture in itself, I feel like it's been heightened to a point where it is less about taking down a person and more of having the empty achieving feeling of having someone that you thought was bad brought down.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of what that's my thoughts on it. And like um I feel like it could also be kind of like a double-edged sword, because if you're giving
Hmm.
somebody, there's a difference between taking somebody down like silently and then taking somebody
Hmm.
down but like guns blazing and having it like literally all over Twitter and all that thing, because
Yeah.
what
Exactly.
you're doing is you're practically giving them the spotlight, and you're giving them,
Hmm.
and just like the saying goes, any press is good press. And
Any like
so
yeah, like any like what was it? Like any fuck. Like there's another phrase for it.
any news is good news, whether it be good or bad.
No.
You are getting your
Oh
name
yeah.
out there.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the phrase I'm thinking of.
And so, like, I remember a while back, there was this controversy. I'm not going to name any names, and I'm not going to say anything specific because uh, it's more just like it's just more for me covering my own ass, I guess. But
Hmm. Oh, okay.
a while back, there was this controversy about a supposed person within the community who was doing questionable things with people, and most of the people within that the age range would
Age
be
range.
like
The
uh
age range. Okay.
either 18 or below.
Oh, actually, okay.
And
My
so,
brain was racking through names. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
don't
Okay,
worry about
yep,
it.
yep.
So, a while back when that happened, it was literally everywhere. And then what I noticed, because I've never heard of this person before, and what I noticed immediately though was they attempted to do a stream to get back into the swing of things, I guess, and just
Mhm,
kind of like brush things off. And they
mhm.
had
Yep,
more than
yep,
100 viewers.
yep. If
And
okay, if we're thinking about the same person, I think they're still doing well on YouTube.
probably, but
Yeah.
pretty much cancel culture and like just getting a group of people to cancel somebody in general, it could be a
Mhm.
good thing so long as it is done within silence.
Yeah. I
Cause
think like yeah.
yeah, you can get like a good group of people, and you could report somebody's Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever.
Mhm.
You can get a good group of people and you do that, you report them, and then it gets their stuff taken down, but it's done in silence. And it's kind of
Yeah.
like an organized thing rather than just like going on Twitter, making a hashtag, or like using their name and then giving them like publicity. And
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
after that, because they could use that to their advantage,
Mhm.
much like a lot of like YouTubers and stuff like that, when they come out with apology videos and whatever, they could use it to their advantage to gain new fans.
Mhm.
So I feel like stuff being taken care of in silence and like actually having a just reason to do so
Mhm.
would be the best option. But I feel
Yeah, I
like
think
can't. Mhm.
no, you go, you go.
I feel like cancel culture as a whole has been taken to a height of which it doesn't matter how it is done so long as the person is removed from whatever they platform that they use. However,
Yeah.
like I said, you have their name out there regardless, so they could easily make an alternate account, and then
Yeah,
they could
exactly.
gain back the famous that they had, the fame.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm here just thinking cuz like I think also because of it some people they just become super paranoid where like if you're criticizing like someone for their actions and all that, they're going to take it as like an attack instead and like they can like and like they can just like overreact and do things that might not be the correct decision, but sometimes because of how big they are like people are going to back them instead. And I think it's also like it depends on how much information is out there because there had like I was I got bored like 2019 and like there was this giant like makeup like beauty community drama with like
Mhm.
James Charles and like Jeffree Star and all of that and I think it was called literally like Dramageddon, which is hilarious.
Oh my god.
And listen, like that entire thing, like in the beginning, the it was like it seemed really clear cut, but then as time went on, like the people who started it, they got dragged, but then later on, people found out that they were right, and I'm just like, bro, look at this, look at this shit, isn't it neat? What
Uh-oh,
the fuck
how
did this even
unfortunate.
achieve? But yeah, if it's done in silence, it can spin a story to their benefit regardless. I feel it works properly. Everyone has to know that they did be aired out. Like that's how they lose sponsorship, etc., etc.
That is
Yes,
true.
yes, but that's the double edged sword part.
Yeah,
Because here's the thing. Because regardless of how big somebody is, there are still gonna be people who want to who want to ignore that stuff.
just out of
Like
blind
still
support.
and just want to like continue to watch their favorite content creator like still do things. um I'm gonna bring one of the names to the table, which is lad of mini. I used to watch them a lot in like middle school and all that, and so did me and like another friend. But controversy came out, and at the beginning, I couldn't like really believe it, and I kind of just like ignored it. I didn't watch him either at the time, but I was just like, I was just like, this is a bit sus. But then as more evidence came out, I was like, okay, maybe this isn't like some fluke. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if
I
there's like a
think.
lot of
Yeah.
evidence backing it up, then
Hmm.
well, I mean, everything could technically be done in silence as well. Like
It
so long
could.
as you
Yeah.
have evidence,
Hmm.
then you could without getting their name super out there, you could have people know what they've done and stuff like that and like have things being properly taken care of via
Yeah.
authorities of which is deemed necessary.
That
Uh
actually reminds me that reminds me of actually an art community drama. Like not like this didn't happen recently, but I suppose I suppose in terms of drama in the art community, this was one of the more recent shit. I think it
mhm,
happened like 2018, early 2019, something like that.
huh.
So there had been this artist who had been like around for a really long time, and like they're kind of like a big name at the time, Crystally. So the whole drama was that they would trace artworks and stuff, and like also trace animations, and they just replace it with their character. And
Oh,
even and yeah, and people would like break down their speed paints. I've seen a couple of them, and oh my god. Okay, like the one thing like that I can remember is that they would zoom in when they were doing like the sketch, not like zooming in on like specific details. No. Like when they're drawing it, like they would be doing the outline and they would be like zooming in, draw, continue part of it, move the canvas, continue drawing it, and it's just like, what the fuck? And they don't zoom out until the end, and so it's like very obviously sketchy as fuck. Yeah, and people have lined up their shit, but and guess what? Lo and behold, turned out they have gone after minors for particular interesting pictures.
oof.
Yeah, and it wasn't until I think it was early 2019, or like 2019 or like 2018, where finally like their local authorities had finally got them and like arrested them. And like mind you, like this should have been happening for like at least like a couple years, like at least 5 years.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think things can be like handled in silence, but also I think that depending on the severity and also the community and stuff. Sure, like there's still gonna be bad eggs, but as artists, we're always just like we need to protect people, and also you still art. Ooh, that's a crime in itself, sir. Time to go to jail with you. So yeah, like
My
sure,
goodness.
sure. Listen, like sure, like people are going to be very chaotic and very selfish, but I think it's really up to the people how they decide to handle the things.
No, I mean, speaking of art,
Hmm.
tracing in itself isn't
It's fine.
necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine if you're learning and like trying to figure out like your style and that. Like,
Well,
because I do it
not
too. It's fine.
not even just
Yeah.
that. In the early Disney animations, like with the Little Mermaid and
Hmm.
things around that time, they would do something called ray tracing.
Yeah.
And they'd
That's fine too.
also, yeah, they'd take live actors, they'd have them perform the scenes out live, and then they'd trace whatever the actors did, but they do it in the style of which they are doing the animation. So for the
Yeah.
Little Mermaid, like for certain scenes, the reason
Hmm.
why it looks so smooth and the reason why it looks like really like it looks like detailed in like uh something that could really happen is because they had live actors act out scenes, and then the animators, they would trace over that, and then they would obviously animate it but in the
Hmm.
style of the cartoon that they were making.
Yeah, and they also reuse like assets and like animations for different things, and that's fine. But it like okay like the reason why most tracing dramas happen in our community is people like taking artwork, tracing it, and then calling it their own, and it's happened so many times. And it's such an old tale, but people still do it, and I don't I get it, but also why? Because I think like people who are like, oh, tracing isn't bad, like like you just fucking deal with it. They don't understand like I guess the pain of learning how to draw and understanding like and getting better at it. Not only that, we got pride, so
Not only
we are like
that,
yeah like we're proud of our
like
stuff.
I feel like if you took the time to create something completely original, and then somebody comes around and just
Traces it,
traces
yeah.
it and they pass it off as their own work, that would be
Hmm.
very insulting.
Exactly.
The same could
And
also go for personalities as well, because people could also have their personalities taken, such
mm-hmm.
as like famous YouTubers and stuff like that. Like they'll have people who will copy almost down to the word of like things that they say and how they act and stuff like
And
that.
it's very fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like there was like like some slight drama like this happened at least twice from what I can tell, where people would steal other VTuber designs and claim it as their own.
Ish.
Yeah, and for one of them like so like one of my ex friends, they had their design stolen and on this other account, and so the defense the other person gave was the fact that they googled VTuber design.
I'm sorry. I just think that's pretty funny.
I know it is. It's really hilarious to me as well. And the best part was like they were using her ref sheet and stuff as well. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's copyright. It's only copyright infringement if they have a copyright on it.
Hmm.
Like if it's copyrighted, like that. Like that's the thing. And most
Well,
people, yeah.
um, okay, here's a really cool, interesting thing that I learned. Um, Copyright infringement could also, you don't have to have a copyright on a certain
Hmm.
thing, right?
Hmm.
You can, so if you create something, you automatically own the intellectual rights to it.
Yeah.
And I guess like what a poor man's copyright would be, like let's say you create a design, right?
Hmm.
And then let's say you print out said design and then you have it mailed to your house.
Hmm.
And so you just keep it sealed in an envelope with the date and everything on it and whatever, and you just kind of have it there. And like it'll be like, if someone is like, "Oh, well, how do we know that you came out with your thing before they did? How do we know that you're not like the copy and you're the original as you claim?" Then you could
Bust
just
up the file.
bust out the file and be like, "Listen, this is exactly the date and time when it was created."
Here's the
And
pest.
yeah, and so
Here's the
automatically,
lighters.
yeah, and automatically you have the copyright to it.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that talking about copyright. I'm just gonna move off the topic because Hammy knows.
Yeesh. So
we're just gonna saunter on by. We're just gonna scuttle
we're
away
just
from that.
gonna
From
slide out of that.
we're just gonna slide out of that because I have opinions and I'm not gonna say them. They're not.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't say they're bad opinions, but they're just things that happened to me and etc. Moving on.
So um like there's certain skills that people could learn, right? That you could
Hmm.
like there's certain skills that people can learn, and there's also certain things that people can improve upon.
Yeah,
Funny
exactly.
enough, before I was able to sing pretty decently well, obviously I started
You
off
sing
singing like
well.
shit.
Mood.
And oh, my bad, my phone died. It's okay.
It's okay.
Welcome back.
Charge him.
Welcome back.
Charge it. Charge it. The rest
Ye-
you know, the poor man's copyright. I learned that in college in music class.
Oh
I
yeah.
learned it just now.
Oh yeah, no, I there's a lot of like interesting things that I know about um and freaking yeah. I learned that in high school
Hmm. I
where like
haven't learned it yet.
oh well technically you did just now.
Well, just now, yeah, but not from my teachers. Well, I guess by technicalities, you could be considered a mentor.
I'm your father.
No,
Sorry,
no, you're my mother. You're JT's father.
I'm your mother. Great. And
You've
so
always been my mom. What the fuck?
I
This
know
isn't. This shouldn't be news.
this isn't new news.
It is
So
news though. It's not new.
I feel like singing is is a skill that could be learned and improved upon.
Yeah,
Um, but it's not obviously it's not going to be the case for most people because some people genuinely have a thing with their vocal
like
cords
they
that they
start out with
cannot.
like, yeah,
No, like it's like an actual like defect that certain people
hell
literally
yeah.
cannot just do things. Like people who are tone deaf and people who like don't
Hmm.
who cannot like sing at all for their life. I wouldn't say like that, but people who like just don't have the ability to sing.
Hmm.
If they could, they would, but unfortunately they don't. But there are certain things that like you can learn. I feel like singing and art would be one of those things. Like you could obviously learn how to sing better. That's why there's vocal coaches. That's why there's things like that, as well as dancing, but I'm not really that much of a dancer. And also meh.
I've taken ballet as a kid, and I have gone to dance competitions before. It sounds like a flex until I give you context, so I'm not gonna give
Oh.
you context and just leave it as a flex.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What are your feelings and thoughts on makeup artists?
I love them.
Is there any like that's it? Just I love them.
Listen, they do a really amazing work. Even though, like, I might not. I think that they might have one of the, I guess, more difficult jobs in terms of, like, I guess, illusion.
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically, when it comes to makeup artists, they have to, like, depending on what's happening, if we're talking about movies and all of that, they have to make somebody look like like them look comfortable in a character. Well, like, obviously acting is like half the work. You have to make them look like they fit that skin, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's always, like, like the costuming and all of that. But when it comes to appearances, makeup artists can literally make Keanu Reeves look so fucking old. That is, like, wonderful.
There's this one makeup artist that I follow on Instagram actually.
Hmm.
She can transform herself into anyone. Legit.
Yes.
Captain Jack Sparrow, she's done it. Fucking
Yes.
someone like a character from Avatar, she's done it. And hold on, let me see
Yes.
if I could find because I follow her on Instagram, but I just
Hmm.
I can't remember the name right off the top of my head. But when
That's
I
okay.
find it, I'll let you know.
Hmm.
And like
I am slowly getting more and more sleepy because it's about to be 2 a.m.
yeah, no, don't worry.
Hmm.
We're gonna go into the viewer questions and stuff like that. So if
Eh.
anyone in chat has any questions that you would like to ask either me or Lulu, preferably Lulu because they are the guest here, um, go ahead and start thinking and start typing out and on all that, and we'll do our best to go ahead and keep it up for like the next 10-15 minutes.
If you ever have questions for Hammy, there's a Discord.
Oh my god.
That was the cleanest segue ever made. But yeah, hi, I am still your local reliable source of chaos. I don't know why you would, if you ever want to have me around daily, I don't know why you would, but I am usually active and alive somewhat on Twitter. if I'm not, I probably still am alive. I'm just not posting on Twitter. But yeah, I think like being a VTuber has been very interesting.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, like there's been ups and there's been downs, and I'm like in that weird phase of trying to figure out if like, if I want to stay a VTuber. I think I do because it is fun and like, it's never going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
But but like a part of me is just wondering like, I kind of do want to take the easy way out of just like graduating, but also I'm too stubborn as a person, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want to like prove people wrong who have ever doubted me.
Amazing
What is-
MUA.
uh,
What the fuck is a MUA? My ultra.
oh shit! Wow!
Oh, makeup artist.
Yeah. Yo. Damn, we love that. Damn, we love that.
We love
Woo!
that. Also, my
Love that.
ultra ass. Hell yeah.
My ultra ass. She's incredible. We love her. We love that for her. Hell yeah.
Makeup artists are genuinely like, I feel like makeup art is a lot more difficult than traditional art in a sense, because you have to play around with skin tones and you have to play around with colors and stuff like that to make yourself transform, and instead of like drawing a character on a paper or tablet.
I have opinions on that. Um,
Share it.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that it's more difficult, but more or less that the skills are required in different fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, because saying that one is harder than the other, it implies and sort of negates like, the like how much work we actually put in for stuff, because I want to be like a concept artist essentially for games and like movies and all of that. My work is still going to be just as important as the makeup artist, because we are the starting line,
Yeah.
and like they finish the job essentially, but we all need each other. Like that's kind of like without a doubt, like that I can say that we need each other. Like,
Yeah.
like we need musicians, like we need artists, like even like I know people say that art is a luxury, and it really is, because we don't have to have all these things, but we do, because somebody out there said we need to do this to make everyone else's lives easier.
Oh, I found out. I found her name.
Under medium Lewis spinning facts. Yeah.
Okay, so the name of the makeup artist that I had in mind is Allison Tabitha.
Well, I think I've actually heard her name before. Is
In
it with what? Is it with one L or two L's?
one L.
Okay.
In two B's. One L, two B's. Allison Tabitha. And legit on Instagram, you could see just the absolute transformations that she could pull off, which is insane. Edward Scissorhands, Captain
I
Jack
think
Sparrow.
I think you have to be more specific, because there's a lot of Tabitha Allisons and Allison Tabithas that I'm looking at that
Um,
also happen to have two B's, and I'm just like, huh. I don't see her on Instagram. Where?
Here, hold on. I'm gonna put it
Yeah, I
in
think
the
yeah,
in
like
chat.
like post a link, because because the first one I saw was a Christian couple.
Hold on.
Go to
Let me
sleep
see
now,
it. No, I don't
right
think
now,
I will.
and we don't think
I never think. It'd be a fool
exactly,
if you think that I think.
exactly.
Hold
But
on, I have
yeah,
to. Here, I'll post a link in chat, and you can go ahead and click on it and just look at what I
I have my
look at what I
points now.
mean. So that's the makeup artist in question that I am speaking of.
Hell yeah. Okay, A side note, I don't know why, but I feel like ASMR. Okay, ASMRs. They also do some amazing fucking makeup work. Cause there is this one like I think her name is Shani ASMR. She
Hmm.
does she did a Krill DeVille series. Holy shit! Holy shit! Let me find the video.
When you have to say "holy shit" twice.
No, okay, I'm gonna post a link. I'm gonna post a link, but like here, just yo, just like skip a bit, bro,
Also,
bro.
you don't have to have
Yeah,
Instagram to view the Instagram page.
yeah,
You,
exactly. Like you don't need it. Yeah, I have it for fun. You know.
yeah, you can click it on your laptop and it'll take you to the Instagram page. But yeah,
But
insane work. She even did the Joker? My
yo,
boy.
love Harley Quinn. God, yeah, she definitely deserves like all the attention she's getting. Yeah,
100%. Oh,
yeah,
Flavour
it
Tyson
takes a
is
lot of
awesome
work.
person. Yeah, like
It's a lot of work, and it takes like a lot of like skill and time, and we love that.
okay.
Artists stick together.
All right.
You know.
1 hour and 30 minutes. That's good. So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
if there's any final questions that you guys would like to ask before we go ahead and end it, I'm gonna end the stream, but I'm also gonna take a little buffer. So I'm gonna start setting up for the I Am Bread stream afterwards.
Brad.
Bread.
Brad.
But if there's anything that if there's anything that you guys wanted to go ahead and talk about or mention really quick, or if there's anything that you think that we could have clarified a little bit better, go ahead and type it in.
Yeah.
Because I'll only keep the podcast going on for maybe another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like games concept art specifically. Um, I okay. So in order for me to kind of like talk about it, I have to give context. So I go to these art classes after school at this art academy, and I've been going there for literally a really long time. And and I basically grew up there, and yeah, like I obviously watch YouTube, and I watch like animators like Domix and Jaden Animations and like the odd ones out, and I wanted to do animation for a while, but I kind of realized that with how I function and with my brain how it works and all that, animation just doesn't suit me, and I had to like adjust and and like see things differently. And one of the things that that teacher had recommended me was to take an entertainment design class in terms of design, concept art, like for characters, props, etc., you know. And I actually ended up like really liking that class because like even though it was really difficult and tough, it like it forces us to do multiple things like at the same time, or even like at different times to try to manage our time better to get these things done. And it's a lot of work we have to do. But I overall have a lot of fun doing it, and I really like games, so I think it just works out for me because like the way that I see it, games they're not exactly like like they're not movies where you can just sit down and just watch them for like an hour and like it'd be over. But like either way, you're crafting an experience for somebody else, and everyone's gonna take it differently.
really
So like
quickly,
people, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
um, really quickly, background artists. Mwah, that's
Mhm.
all I have to say.
Listen, I have to do that too. So yeah. Specifically with the entertainment design major, if it comes to art schools and all that, like for our portfolios, we are literally known as the jack of all trades for artists, and we have to be good at that. We have to be good at like at the bare minimum, we have to be at least above average in terms of like our different skill sets and what we have to be able to do. Like props, character designs, like background, like environments and all of that, and just like showing our process, understanding like what has to be done, like what sacrifices we need to make this character work, or like even like taking out how we think about characters. Because when it comes to just casual artists and like typical Instagram and Twitter artists, they're going to be drawing things like things like that are aesthetically pleasing because that's what most people obviously want, and that's fine. But as an entertainment design like type of artist, we have to think very differently. We have to wire ourselves differently because while aestheticism and all that is very nice. It's not going to work for most of the things that we're going to do. If we can make things look pretty but also have it be a purpose and be meaningful and work with what we're doing, then that's just a plus. Yeah. What do you think of storyboarding, not just for games and animation, but for like VR stuff? No.
Why not?
Because I don't know anything about it and I need to do research
Well, it
for me to
doesn't matter
actually
if
give
you
a
know
concrete
anything
answer.
about it or
Yeah.
not.
I don't really know what that entails, like storyboarding. I understand storyboarding for like animations and all of that, and no, that's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a friend who works for Industrial Light Magic and does rigging, light effects for, and that's fine, and that's fine. But here's the thing, in terms of let's call it like kind of like a production line, right? So at the beginning of like like other than the creators or companies who make the idea and give us the draft and all of that, we are basically the most immediate first people who get that concept, and we have to make it come to life. And we usually we give SketchUp, we give variations and all that, basically whatever they ask for. And then after we give them that, they pass it down to the next person, whether that be like rendering and all of that, or like graphic design, whatever it is like that they need to do. And then they like if there are further steps, they might take it into like 3D and all of that, which are more towards the end of the like the production line. So for us, we are in the beginning and we're fine with being the beginning because in some way we have creative liberty and we have probably one of the most
Welcome to
power.
the alleyway.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I'll do the thing when you're done speaking.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of things I can say about like the major I want to go into and all of that and stuff, but it really just comes down to I have fun with it and it happens to work with how my brain functions, which is amazing because God, it doesn't function, but this functions.
Oh my god.
You go ahead.
All
Do
right.
your thing. Do the thing. Do
Okay.
the thing. Do the thing. Okay.
Like big zoinks and Scoob. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to that way. It's not as bad as it sounds. I hope you enjoy. Say please don't drink the mercury bottle, but inside of the puddle because don't forget light a shot upon it, which is one of my main properties. Water. Also do yourself a favor, grab a new spirit from the pile, add it to the garbage can, bonfire, and say warm and cozy, my friend, my lad. You absolute fucking legend. Hope you enjoy your stay.
The absolute leg.
The leg.
Yeah. So you're doing something a lot of artists end up doing just because the object there. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? He might be spitting fucking bars.
Let's go.
He spits bars, I spit facts. Well, we both spit facts, but I got it from mom. I got it from my mom, Hammy.
Oh boy.
They're very wonderful. Thank you for supporting them in their career. It sounds like you're smacking your chest. Yeah. Oh my god.
Storyboarding is something a lot of artists end up having to do just because the jobs are there. I hear you though. There's so many roles. Yeah, art is. It's not just like a singular thing. Art could be in itself like a category, but that has a lot of subcategories to it.
Exactly.
Kind of the
Yeah,
same
because
thing
there are
of
people
like
who do architecture. Yeah. And also, I do know what you mean by like VR and all that. There actually is a major for that, and I'm pretty sure it's I don't remember what it's called, but it has to do with like human experience. I think it's like human interact. I want to say I don't know if it's called human interaction. I can actually quickly Google that. But the whole point of it is it's for VR and all of that. Yeah, so I'm not into that kind of thing. I think it's interesting, but had I been given more time and had I found out about it earlier, and depending on my choices in life, I probably would be doing that. But I'm not, and I'm fine with it. Okay, so the different kind of like programs. There's humanities and okay, so there's spatial experience design, and there's also interaction design and transportation design. So yeah, they have majors for those things, and I'm just not there. Curation had a friend who did in college. Nice. A beautiful shit. Vibing.
Yee. So was that pretty much it?
Yeah, special space can be used for galleries and museums too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's all about how to utilize the space. As artists, we're just listen. Like, quickly, one more thing. As artists, in order for us to be good at our craft, we essentially have to be like one of the mashes of illusions. Because here's the thing, we're not trying to make things look realistic. We're trying to make things look convincing. And people and the human brain are one of the hardest things to convince that this thing could be real, or like, that this could trick somebody. And I think it's kind of like magic, where you would lose some of that magic if you figure out how it's done. And some people, they still think that it's magic because they don't like really see how the magic is broken or how the illusion breaks. But I can promise you that as an artist, when I have like looked at an art piece in awe before and I found out how it's done, I kind of lose some of that awe, not because it's any less like magnificent, but just because a part of me was just like, I wasn't expecting for it to be the way that I like that it was,
Kind of
and I
like
had to adjust.
learning how like a magician does his tricks.
Yeah, exactly. It's used a lot of words and the festival getting more immersive. Yeah. Yeah. Also, think of it like roller coasters and theme parks and all that. That is very important. But anyways, this was the the back alley again podcast.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you want to name it. You name it however you want.
It's literally just the back alley. So, thank you guys for tuning in, actually.
Specifically magic, there's something religious to it. Yeah. I do like writing as well. I do partake in other artistic
outlets.
Yeah, outlets. Power outlets, stick a fork in it. But yeah, and so does Hammy. Hammy has a wonderful voice and they love to sing. You sing really well.
Thank you.
I do enjoy writing, and I do, and I obviously I wiggle the fucking pen, but I also do enjoy like singing as well. I might not be as good as Hammy, but I do like singing. It's just a good hobby of mine. What? I love writing. Writing's great. Although I cringe at my shit, but it's fine. I write lyrics and sometimes songs. Hammy has heard of them, and they will never see the light of day. No pun intended. Anyways, do you want to close? You want to close it off? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a buffer, like a little intermission.
I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, and then
it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of an intermission. Maybe I'll get some food. Maybe I'll get more water, and yeah, you bet. No, that's fine. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in for this first episode of the podcast. The bar has been set pretty high.
I also set pretty low because we're not on drugs.
Bye, Lulu. Drop your at. You can click.
Welcome to the alleyway.
They're day 290 in chat.
Alleyway, yes. Yeah.
Just say hi in chat.
Do you want me to drop my Twitter?
Yeah, just drop all of your socials right here. Where can
drop my Twitter?
Where can people find you?
They can find me there. They can find me on Twitter, and if I do take commissions, so if you want, if you have like, I don't know, time and stuff, you can look over my my card, which I'm also going to drop down.
I am their number one customer.
I don't know about that, Chief. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You and some other people are like go to me really frequently for stuff, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. But yeah. So there's my card. My commissions. My commission button shows my prices, and then my examples show my examples, as well as like I okay. My slots shows my slots. I also have a TOS button that shows my TOS and the terms of service, etc., and all of that. So if you have any questions, I'm on Twitter. You can DM me on Twitter, etc., etc. I desire your skills. Thank you for using the word skills and not talent. Thank you. That means so much. You build my world. Heck yeah.
Spoos. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the alleyway. It's not as bad as it sounds. Spoos, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the alleyway. It's not as bad as it sounds. Like you say, please do not drink the Mercury bottle inside the bottle because then the light line showed upon it, which is one of the main properties of water. Also, do yourself a favor, grab a newspaper from the pile, add it to the garbage can bonfire, and see warm and cozy. My friend, my lad, you absolute fucking legend. We're gonna get into streaming I Am Bread in a few. We're gonna take a little bit of a break, so I could start setting up for that. And
Absolute leg.
thank you again, Lulu, for wanting to do this.
Thank you for letting me crash the party.
Of course. And with that, what on earth is I Am Bread? It's a rage game. You'll see.
It's a game. It's a wonderful, lovely game that's very chill, like Animal Crossing. Not angry time at all.
Oh yeah, totally. Come back in roughly 5 or 10 minutes, and I will be live again. Other than that, thank you guys for dropping by, for chatting, for having an interesting time, and sharing your thoughts, and just pretty much supporting this.
Thank you for letting my brain gears run until like I have to sleep now. Until they stopped.
Yee. All right.
My second day in Twitch has been eventful. I'm glad.
So
and if you stick with Hammy, it's gonna be even more eventful.
Yeah. So this is gonna be going on my YouTube later. I think I have a YouTube command actually.
Yeah, I think you do as well. Yeah, I think you used it once, or either that it was broken and we just found your YouTube and we started spamming it. Hey, there it is.
It's posted twice, so you don't forget it. It's because I'm too lazy to remove one of the commands. But anyways, thank you again for tuning in, for listening, for chatting, and for having a wonderful time. I will see you beautiful fucking legends within 5 to 10 minutes. Bye-bye.
Thank you for letting me join, and I hope you guys have a nice, chill, wonderful time. Bye-bye. Stay safe.
Woo!
Stay stuffy. Bye.